Hello everybody, welcome back to the Panel by Panel Comics channel with me, Jay. Today is my buy or sell video for the number one comic books that came out for the week of March 11th, 2026. So guys, before we get started, if you have enjoyed all my comic content, or if you are into comic content, you have met the right place, you have come to the right place, and go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe for more comic book content upcoming. I do buy or sells every Friday. I also do new comic book day vlogs on Wednesdays. I try to get my panel by panel comic review out on Monday, and also my top 10 comics out on Tuesday. So if you enjoy comic content, you've come to the right place. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and let's get this buy or sell video started off with X-Men United. This is going to be issue number 1. This is a 32-page comic for the price of $5. Now this book starts off with Emma Frost basically recruiting a whole bunch of mutants to her new place that she has created. It is a not psychedelic, but a psychic place called Gray Matter Lane. And I think this book took itself way too seriously. I was really looking forward to it because I thought it was going to be more of a traditional X-Men comic where it's more laid back, or more comedic, because you have a whole lot of the original X-Men in here. You have Cyclops, you have Beast, you have Iceman, you have Gambit, you have Rogue, you have Wolverine, you have Laura Kinney. So many of your traditional X-Men people in this book. The best part was the Danger Room, I thought, with Laura Kinney and Logan. I thought that was a really good part of this book. But at the end, you see Cyclops lighting the place on fire because he thinks that this is going to be a really bad Krakoa or Genosha 2.0. And I think it was really, really stupid. I don't understand, why in the world did he do this? Why was Cyclops so over the top and against this from the beginning? Is it really Cyclops? Is it not? I thought it was maybe a little interesting of a mystery on that part. But overall, X-Men United, issue number 1 is a sell for me. I feel bad. I just dropped the X-Men comic, and now I'm dropping X-Men United after the first issue. Feels bad, but just make better comics. Moving on, we have A Quiet Place Storm Warning. This is issue number 1, a 36-page comic for the price of $5. It follows after the Quiet Place movies that came out some time ago now. It's been a little bit. I can't quite remember the last time that they came out. But this book follows a little town in Iowa called Pearl. And it's in Iowa. And it was a city built literally on the Mississippi River. And we get to meet this character of Lonnie, who's the fire chief in the town, and he's having this big old town meeting talking about, hey, we should really take this seriously. We should probably, since we're in the middle of this river, because that's where Pearl is in this fictional city, it's on the middle of the Mississippi River, and the only way to get to it is with bridges. He thinks, good idea, we should blow up the bridges so that these aliens who can't swim, at least we're being told they can't swim, they wouldn't be able to get to us. Sorry, my hair is absolutely messy right now. I just took a shower, but it's basically a great idea, at least I thought. And then his sister, Terry, who is the mayor of Pearl, comes in there and is like, hey, you are way overreacting. Why are you getting everybody so upset? This is probably absolutely nothing. We don't really need to worry about this. The legacy media, yada, yada, yada. They want us to be scared. And she has a boyfriend who is the police chief. His name is Caleb. And basically they're about to get into a scrap. She breaks it up and she's like, okay guys, let's go ahead. Let's take a photo because I want to remember this moment as the moment. Here, let me get to the page. She says, I want to commemorate this day on my socials. This day was the day the world lost its head. And then time jumps to the current day where she's standing on top of the water tower with the monsters from A Quiet Place in her town, and they're causing a ruckus, and you can clearly see the whole town has been absolutely ravaged with these monsters. And she says, but Pearl kept theirs. That's how the end of the sentence went. I thought this was very good. It kept me on the edge of my seat. I'm like, oh my god, are they going to kill this little girl really on the first issue? I thought it was really good. This was a really great comic from IDW Dark. A Quiet Place, Storm Warning, really, really good book. I am buying into this series from IDW. A really, really good book. I thought it was better than their other book that they try to create from a movie series called Smile. Even though I enjoyed Smile for the camera, I think that A Quiet Place Storm Warning was a better movie / comic book adaptation. Now we go to another Marvel book. This is Alias, a Jessica Jones story. This is a 32-page comic for the price of $5. It is also polybagged in a Red Band book. So we start off with Jessica Jones going to her old place, Alias, a private investigation firm, and she basically had to quit because her husband, Luke Cage, who is the new mayor of, I believe, New York, she can't be a PI if her husband is a mayor for legal reasons. So she goes back there looking for a pink narwhal that one of her kids left, or her kid left, and she goes and sees a whole bunch of mail under her neighbor's door, and she sees this bloody rat come out from there. She's like, oh my god, that can only mean one thing. So her, being a PI, a private investigator, kicks the door in, looks around, and she's like, oh my god, please don't be, please don't be, please don't be. And she sees people dead on a mattress, and she's like, oh my god, I can't believe this is happening. And then a stupid paparazzi that was already nagging her from the beginning when she first got there takes a photo of her, and it's on the front of the paper the next day. As you see, it says private investigator into mayor's wife's illegal investigation into a double murder, and she gets pissed off by the fact that they say mayor's wife's, really, I have a name, you know. And she gets into this really, really bad screaming argument with Luke Cage where she threatens, like, I hate you, I hate that about you. He said something about the mayor's wife cannot go, and I am not the mayor's wife. And then Luke Cage says, I don't remember you serving me divorce papers. And she says, not yet. It got pretty heated. So Jessica, she goes out on the street, goes to this bar, and then Typhoid Mary walks in, and basically she has a whole bunch of information on the killing that she just saw at her neighbor's apartment. And she's like, hey, I already got one guy, but there's another guy on the loose. And Jessica Jones is like, what? There's another guy? Wait, we got to do something about this. And she's like, the only way we can do something about this is if you and me partner up, because Typhoid Mary, chaotic in the head. By the way, that is Kingpin's wife right now in Marvel Comics. And she wants to partner up with Jessica Jones and be besties with her. And Jessica reluctantly agrees to it. Kind of made it dramatic. She mentions that she's like, of course I could have I was gonna do it the whole time. I just want to make it dramatic. And then we cut to the very end where she's on trial for this investigation that is illegal. So that is interesting. But I am buying into Alias, the Red Band polybagged book. Issue number 1 was great. I am buying into that series. Next, we go to 51. This is a 36-page comic. This is also issue number 1 for $7. Yes, $7. A bit crazy, but it drops off in price. Like the next couple issues are $5 again. But this starts off with this character that we get to meet later on. His name is Harvey. He was, as a kid, he asked his mom, hey, can we go get ice cream? It was like a really hot summer day. He's in the car with his sister, his brother, and she agrees, the mom agrees, and she makes a turn, but what she doesn't know is that somebody was about to run the light, and the mom ended up dying. We then cut to Harvey jumping out of a plane for reasons that we will later find out in the story, but we see that he kind of went off the rails, and he had a bender. He was doing a lot of copious drugs, alcohol, and his dad, who is the president, decided, yeah, I've sent you to enough rehab centers. They're clearly not working. I'm going to send you to this other place so you can have a real job. And it's Area 51. And he goes there and meets the whole crew and the whole staff. And he becomes really close with them, especially Celeste, who he tries to sleep with. He's like, hey, we're both bored. We should do it. And she's like, yeah, no, I just met you. And by the way, I'm also a lesbian. He later, He later apologized for that, and then the boss of Area 51 literally leaves, and within the day, a horde of people, like what happened a couple years ago, or however many years ago now, stormed Area 51. We kind of get a little backstory about the person that stormed it, and we see that they overrun the place and a whole bunch of stuff got out. Superheroes, aliens, a big old robot that's invading a city. It just looks absolutely insane. We get a little bit of a lead up of who the villain is probably going to be for this series. But 51 from Mad Cave, I really enjoyed this. It's going to be another buy from me. Even though it's $7, I know the price drops later, so that kind of helps. And it's definitely a buy for me. Moving on to my final book for today's buy or sell, we have Action Comics. I didn't know if I was going to cover it on buy or sell or on my panel by panel comic review, but I decided why not. It's a new jumping on point. It's titled The Search for Superman Starts Here. This is also part of the Reign of the Superboys mini event. It's basically all Superboys are on all the books. Let me check real quick at the very end. It mentioned who's on what. So you have Superboy Prime is taking over Superman. Tomorrow Man is taking over Superman Unlimited. Connor Kent and Boy Thunder are on Supergirl, and then the Justice League meets Superboy in Action Comics. This one starts off with Superboy kind of interrogating Professor Louis Lang, and he's like, hey, why is this dude so creepy? I need to know more about him. He can't do it, obviously, as Clark Kent, but as Superboy, he can at least ask some questions. And he's like, yeah, don't worry about it, buddy. But we notice throughout the issue all these events that are happening, like a balloon is popping but no sound, and then later it makes the sound. People are clapping, there's no sound. Later on it makes sounds. Something's falling and then it stops and hovers in midair, and then it goes again. Just literally like a real life lag or a real life buffer. And Superboy has no clue why this is happening, so he tries to go solve and figure out where it's coming from, what is causing this little real life lag. So he goes and tries to do that, and he gets very over the top because he assumes that it's coming from Metropolis, but it wasn't, as we later find out. But he gets really overwhelmed. He starts having like a mini panic attack in a way. Not really panic attack, but he's very overwhelmed, overstimulated, and he tries to fall back to what his grandma said. Basically, focus on the fish, one fish at a time. Weird saying, but nonetheless, it worked. And we see Superman found the source for what was enabling this real life lag. And he gets people out, and you see it's, I believe, Shazam Girl, I honestly forget her name all the times, Booster Gold, and Martian Manhunter. And they're like, oh my gosh, we gotta go, he's right behind us. Who is it? And it's this dude. I don't even know who it is, but it was okay. I just couldn't really buy into the story, and with so many books coming out, I just did not want to, or I don't feel like I need to read this one. I gave it a try. Action Comics 1096, unfortunately, is going to be a sell for me. But guys, if you made it this far, and if you made it through the whole video, go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe. Let me know down in the comments what books you are buying or you are selling from this comic book week, or just period. So guys, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I hope you stay reading and stay healthy, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.